Do you only have one fob for your Infiniti vehicle? Well, I'm Mike with Tom's Key Company. I want to show you how easy it is to make another fob for your vehicle using our equipment. Just place an order on our website, tomskey.com. We'll ship it out and you can do it yourself. Let me show you how easy it is to do, and it'll save you a ton of money over the cost the car dealership wants to charge you. Now, we have equipment for lots of different Infiniti vehicles, Nissan, and a whole host of other makes and models of cars. We included an instruction manual when you order this programming kit. A few points that are important to know. You must have at least one key fob that works for your vehicle. It's got to be able to start the engine and drive it. Otherwise, you can't use this kit. So if you don't have any fobs, go get one made at the car dealership or the locksmith. And if they're going to charge you an arm and a leg to make two, come use us to help make your second one. It's important to note that the programmer pairs to your VIN in the programming process, so you can only use the programmer to program keys for the same vehicle. For these Infiniti vehicles and Nissan fobs like this, you must have all key fobs present when you program, because only those that you have on hand when you're doing the programming will remain programmed to the vehicle. Let me also point out something. You probably want to make sure you get your emergency key blade cut. Stick around to the end of the video. I've got a secret about that that's going to make it a whole lot easier for you. And also, there can be a couple things that go wrong. So stick around to the end, because I want to point out a few things in the manual that will help you if things seem to go incorrect. Now look around, find the blinking red security light. In this case, it's right here on the dash. On some vehicles, it may be in a different location, like over here on the console or possibly up on top. Before you begin programming your new key fob, you want to spend some time and familiarize yourself with the instructions, because some of the steps have timing and requirement. Before you start, look around, find the OBD2 port. That's this white plug right here. Today we're programming key fob for an Infiniti QX60 2018, and looking at my existing key, we've got 5 buttons. Now, it's important on these Infiniti vehicles and Nissan vehicles, sometimes they have 4, sometimes they have 5. You want to make sure you match the same number of buttons in order for everything to work properly. It's also important to note, and on your original fob, it's in all these little letters here. It's probably impossible to read unless you have a magnifying glass or a smartphone. So take your phone, catch a picture here, and look at the FCC ID number to be sure this will work for your vehicle. You should have a fob that has an FCC ID ending 4014. Okay, with that preparation, we're ready to go. Our first step is key activation. You'll know your key needs activation if you press the top button and the bottom button, and a little blue light turns on. So push the top and bottom button to turn the blue light on. Now you're going to enter the first digit of your code. In the case of this QX60 with 5 buttons, it's 2 with the top button. 1, 2. Enter the second digit of the code with the next button down. So the second button from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now once that's been completed, we're going to press and hold the bottom button for about 2 seconds, and it'll blink the code back to us. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this key is now properly activated to be programmed to this particular vehicle. It's important to note, you'll need to push the button up here on top of this installer. If it says press to continue, you'll press and release it quickly. If it says hold to confirm, you'll hold the button down for about 2 seconds. There's also a display panel back here that'll provide instructions as you go along. We've got all our existing working fobs. That's this case, it's with the tile key finder. If you don't want to lose your key fob, you might protect your investment by picking up some of these key finders from our website. You pair it with your smartphone, and then your phone always knows where your keys are at. And if you can't find your phone, you can push the button on here and find your phone. So first step, we need to turn the dial to position number 7. Now, coming out of the package, if the plug has any kind of void labels on it that say void in silver, you want to return it. If not, sometimes there's a security label over the end. Sometimes that might be missing, but as long as it doesn't say void, you're fine to proceed. This programmer can only be used for one VIN number. So once we plug this in and it's paired to this particular vehicle to begin programming, you can't use it on other vehicles. So just a word of caution, you'll need a different one for each vehicle you have. Vehicle's in park, the engine's turned off. I've got all the doors closed to the vehicle. Now it's time to get our programmer. You can reach down, plug the programmer into your vehicle. You heard it beep. With it plugged in, we're going to go ahead and press and hold the button for 2 seconds. 1001. Okay, it warns us all keys will be erased. Have all keys ready. So we've got our existing key, we've got the new one. That's all the keys we want to program. Now we need to hold to confirm. Okay, it reminds us, close the vehicle doors, turn the hazard lights on. Now we can press to continue. Press the brake and start the engine. So this is checking that we've got one working key. You don't want anybody to use this to steal your vehicle because they need a working key in order to use our programming kit. All right, this got the engine started, programmer beeped, and now says press start to turn off the ignition. And I'm going to go ahead and press to continue. Now it warns me, do not press the brake during the programming process. So be sure you keep your foot off the brake from this point forward. Press to continue. It's communicating with the vehicle. Press and hold the start button until the dash lights turn on. I'm not touching the brake. I'm going to go ahead and press and hold the start button. Pressing. Dash lights turned on. I let go. My fan turned on, so I'm going to turn off the HVAC. Press to continue. It's communicating with the vehicle. Turn off the ignition. Okay, everything turned off. Press to continue. For the next step, see figure 1 in the user manual. So come look here. It shows you the proper way to properly hold this, your fobs up to the vehicle. Okay, we've looked at that. Hold it up in the correct manner, not the incorrect manner. Press to continue. Press the start with the remote. The security light will blink. Bringing it up. That flashed 5 times. Now we're going to push to continue. All right, turn the ignition off. Ignition is turned off. Okay, now I can press the button to continue. It asks if I want to pair another key. If so, I need to hold the button to pair. Okay, pick up the next key, press to continue. We're going to press the start button with the remote. Okay, oh, there we go. The red light blinked 5 times. So I can press the button. It says turn off the ignition. Okay, press to continue. Do we want to pair another key? No, I've successfully paired both of these. So I'm going to press to end. To exit pairing, press start. I'm going to take one of my paired keys and press and hold it on the start button. Okay, and then I'm going to press it again. Press it off. All right, we got the happy tone. Told me key registration is complete. I'm unplugging the installer. I can turn off my emergencies. Now, should be able to see the lock over here. We've got 2 keys. They should both be paired. Let's lock the door with this one. Okay. And let's lock the door with the new one. Excellent. They're both working. Now, I want to check that they both start the vehicle. To do that, I can't have them both sitting in the vehicle because we don't know which one is checking. So I'm going to get out of the vehicle and go take these a little ways away from the vehicle and set them down. Here's my original key. I'm going to press the brake, hit start. Engine fires up. Beautiful. Now let's get out of the vehicle and go get the other fob. Now our new one is the only fob in the vehicle. Let's start the engine. Press the brake, hold down start. Voila, engine starts. I warned you that with some of these new fobs, the proximity function won't work. Let's see if it works on this. Just lock the doors. My other fob's well away from the vehicle. Lo and behold, it does work. So this one's success. Some vehicles, that feature may not work. So if that's really important to you, just be warned that you might want to pay an arm and a leg at the dealer to get the fob that does that. Otherwise, in this case it worked, occasionally it doesn't. All right, that was super easy. We got these programmed. Remember about the emergency keyblade? You want to make sure you get your new one cut. We know that can be a bit of a pain, so we have our key by photo service. Simply add that on when you're placing your order. You'll upload photos of your existing key, and then we'll cut the new key blade before we ship the product to you so that your key fob will work just great. What if you're programming and something goes wrong? Okay, do you hear that? The vehicle is beeping at me quickly when I hold this up. Come back to this frequently asked questions section. There's also a toll-free customer service number. Now this one can be a little bit scary. The vehicle won't start and the light on the start button flashes when pressed. Lets you know right here that you have to go through this procedure. It depends if you got stuck at step 13 or step 14. In our case, finish step 14, and so it tells us to hold the original key on the start button for 15 seconds and go through that whole procedure. Notice how this light is flashing when pressed. So that tells us that it's still in pairing mode. Release the start button with the original key, and then I'm going to hold it there for about 15 seconds. And then I'm going to repeat this 3 times. Now watch for that security light. All right, you're going to wait 15 seconds. And turned off. Notice it says key registration complete. With this key, I'll start the vehicle again. There we go, and we can start over at step 1 in the programming process. The trick is getting that security light to turn on and blink 5 times. One other item I want to warn about. In a very rare but easy to fix situation, there are some push-to-start Nissan vehicles that have a fuse titled push button start. If this fuse had been removed or was burnt out before programming begins, your vehicle may seem like it stops working. The dashboard lights will not illuminate. Around the push button start, there are some letters. The lock, ACC, and on buttons will not be illuminated. To fix this, you simply replace this fuse to get your original key fob working again, and then you can continue programming. That's it. That's how easy it is to use this programmer from Tom's Key Company to make yourself a spare fob for your Infiniti vehicle. This works for Nissans as well. I also want to let you know that at Tom's Key Company, we stand behind our products. We have a full money-back guarantee, so if for some reason this won't program for your vehicle, you find out it's not working, just let us know. With the technical support phone number and with our email, help@tomskey.com, we're here to support you and help get it working, because we know you're really looking to get another key and save money. But if after we try to help you, it just doesn't work, you're fed up with trying, let us know, you ship it all back, and we refund your money. It's that easy. So, come visit tomskey.com, place your order today, and we'll get you new fobs for your vehicle and save you lots of money in the process. Please remember to subscribe and like the video so you can find it again to watch the video before you program your key fob. Thanks and have a great day.